Hi there, this is Melisanda, and in this video I wanted to talk about differences, not just in Asperger's and autism, but differences in general. There are differences in everything. They're normal and a wonderful part of life. We have thousands of different kind of trees and animals and different kinds of cats. There's different kinds of kinds. In one kind, there can be thousands of different kinds. What brought this to mind was that I have heard on occasion people saying, "Oh, there's no differences between one race and another, and one culture and another. Oh, we're all the same. We're all the same." And well, yeah, we are all the same in human, but we all bring something different. And that's a wonderful thing. When I hear people say that there's no differences, it comes across to me that they have an issue with being different themselves. They're kind of afraid of it. They're afraid of either being different and being ridiculed, or they're afraid of being different. And that is another type of bigotry. It's on the bigotry spectrum, and there's really no room in the human family for bigotry, because everybody comes with something. Everybody has a good thing, and we need to embrace it and acknowledge the differences. We need to share what those differences are with each other and receive what those differences are with each other in order to benefit. We don't put on the same kind of clothing every day, and we don't, but it's clothes. It is clothes, but our clothes is not the same, and we don't have to measure which one is better than the other. We don't have to say, we may have a preference. I like this shirt over the other shirts because it's more like me, it's softer, like I like my things, or it's this, but we don't devalue the other clothing, and we don't devalue other humans. Everybody has something good about them, and when we become closed-minded that there's differences, then we're in jeopardy of becoming bigots, because we're not allowing those people to be different, to share their differences, and we're not being receptive to their differences. And it's just from one extreme to the other. If you notice, people who are prejudiced will go to one extreme, ridiculing this difference, pointing it out, flashing it off in front of everybody, bringing a lot of attention to that difference in public, in a way that makes people feel uncomfortable. But then the other extreme is that people deny differences to the point where there's no longer any acknowledgement of individuality, not any more acknowledgement of what that person or that culture or that race is bringing forward, and that's real risky, because it's not, it's just going from one extreme to the other extreme, and that doesn't solve the problem. The problem that we need to solve, and the way we need to do it, is acknowledging differences, celebrating differences, embracing differences, learning from them, and being different ourselves, and sharing our own differences with other people. So we shouldn't be afraid of somebody else's bigotry foot or prejudice foot stepping down on our heads, because I'll repeat what I've said in another video. Minorities should be praised. Anybody different, because they have taken a lower station that has elevated other people, and they deserve acknowledgement for that. And while we don't want to play martyr necessarily in thrusting ourselves downward to look great, we want to hold up our heads proud and be what we are and encourage other people to do the same thing, because we can't bring forward our good traits and our valuable, product, of ourselves, if we deny or hide or allow other people to cover our differences. So take this home with you, in your heart, that it's okay to be different, and it's okay to be a nationality of one type or another, a culture of one type or another, a skin color of one type or another, have an ability of one type or another. And I don't like to use the word disability. Disability is when something is holding us back, but really that's kind of like looking at the cup half empty rather than half full. When we see someone in a wheelchair, we need to be courteous, and we need to acknowledge that they need accommodation because they're in a wheelchair and they don't have legs, that in a world that requires most things have legs. You've got stairs at your post office, and you've got a ramp off to the side, and they have to go a little bit more out of their way sometimes, so don't begrudge them when they've got a very close parking spot, because there's a lot that they have to go out of their way for us who are normal. But lost my train of thought. Don't you hate that when that happens? I'm trying to say that there's, that person with a disability is bringing something, and forward. They're bringing, and they are being productive in a different way. And rather than looking at what they can't do, what they're not doing with their legs, let's look at what they're doing with their brains, with their hearts, of all things, their heart. Because obviously what they've undergone has created some kind of a change in them that has made them look at things a little bit differently. And those perspectives that come from cultures, from people with different abilities, are so valuable. We cannot afford to blow them off. We have to look at them, because you don't know, you feel funny maybe to talk to somebody in a wheelchair, but you get to talk to them and they are awesome. They've accomplished some things that you haven't accomplished because you haven't had those hurdles, and they've gotten a different perspective, a lower, not necessarily because they're low, but because they've had to be down for a while, and they've had to look at things at a different angle, and other people have lived at a much more comfortable angle, and that can give us a different perspective too. So my thing I want to have everybody think about today is to acknowledge the difference in yourself, be proud of the difference in yourself, and allow those differences to bring forward good things from in you, and share them with other people. And don't be afraid to be different. Don't be afraid of that foot upon our head of oppression, of bigotry, of prejudice to push us down and make us conform or deny our differences. Put our heads up and be different. So there again, we will hit you with another issue in another video very soon. Bye.